A chimpanzee sits beneath a tree. The afternoon is quiet. Dust drifts through shafts of sunlight. Insects move through the grass. Somewhere in the distance, another chimp calls out. For a moment, the animal is completely still. Then it rises, searches for food, scans for threats, and disappears back into the forest. Tomorrow, another chimp will sit beneath another tree. And the same sun will rise. The same insects will move through the same grass. The same ancient cycle will continue. Nothing about that moment is unusual. And that may be the strangest thing about it. Because for millions of years, countless animals have lived and died beneath the same sky that humans stare into. They have watched storms arrive from distant horizons. They have witnessed eclipses darken the world without warning. They have heard thunder shake entire landscapes. They have seen death, loss, violence, birth. Yet nowhere in the wild do we find temples. No rituals dedicated to invisible creators. No sacred texts. No gods. No religions. Most people assume the reason is simple. Animals are not intelligent enough. But that explanation begins to fall apart the moment we look closer. Because intelligence, by itself, does not create religion. And some of the most intelligent creatures on Earth seem to have developed everything except it. Researchers have watched chimpanzees mourn their dead. Not for minutes. Sometimes for days. Mothers have been observed carrying the bodies of deceased infants long after death, refusing to let go. Elephants gather around bones. Dolphins support dying companions at the surface so they can breathe. Crows appear to hold gatherings around their dead, behavior so unusual that scientists still debate what exactly is happening. These are not machines reacting blindly to stimuli. Something deeper is occurring. Something emotional. Perhaps even something reflective. And yet the trail always stops before religion appears. Which raises an uncomfortable possibility. Maybe religion does not emerge from intelligence. Maybe it emerges from something far stranger. Humans often imagine religion as a collection of beliefs, a set of stories, a cultural invention. But beneath every religion lies a much older question. Not who created the world, but why. Why does anything happen? Why does suffering exist? Why does death arrive? Why am I here at all? The research suggests that humans possess a cognitive ability that may be far more unusual than we realize. We don't simply experience reality. We imagine realities that do not exist. Constantly, a deer hears movement in the bushes. It reacts. A human hears movement in the bushes and imagines 10 possible futures before taking a single step. A predator, a stranger, a memory, a story, a catastrophe, a miracle. The human mind lives partly in the present, and partly inside simulations of worlds that haven't happened. That ability changed everything. It allowed us to plan, to invent, to build civilizations, but it also created a problem no other animal appears forced to confront: the awareness of inevitable death. Not death as an event, death as a future certainty. A lion can die, a whale can die, a raven can die, but there is little evidence that they spend years imagining their own future absence. Humans do. We know the ending before the story is over. And once a species develops that awareness, a new psychological pressure emerges. A question demanding an answer. What does it mean? Religion may have been one answer. Not necessarily because humans were irrational, but because humans were attempting to solve a uniquely human problem. The terror of knowing. And then something even stranger happened. The stories began to cooperate. A shared belief could unite thousands of unrelated individuals. A tribe. A kingdom. An empire. People who would never meet could trust one another because they believed they occupied the same cosmic story. Religion became more than an explanation. It became social technology, a system for organizing minds. And suddenly the question shifts again. Perhaps animals do not lack religion because they lack intelligence. Perhaps they lack religion because they lack imagination, symbolic thought, language, future simulation, and collective storytelling that religion requires. In other words, religion may not be evidence of greater intelligence. It may be evidence of a very specific kind of consciousness, one that carries both extraordinary power and extraordinary burden. Because the same mind that dreams of gods also dreams of extinction. The same mind that builds cathedrals imagines apocalypse. The same mind that searches for ultimate meaning is also capable of realizing that the universe may never provide one. And that brings us back to the chimpanzee beneath the tree. The afternoon remains quiet. The insects still move through the grass. The sun still hangs above the forest. The chimpanzee does not ask why the universe exists. It does not wonder whether reality has purpose. It does not stare into the future and imagine the day it will no longer be here. At least, as far as we know. Humans often look at animals and see something missing, But perhaps we should occasionally consider the opposite possibility. Perhaps what separates us is not merely a gift. Perhaps it is also a wound, a strange evolutionary accident that allowed a primate to become aware of its own existence and then spend thousands of years trying to explain it. And somewhere tonight, beneath another tree, another animal will fall asleep under the same stars. The stars will look exactly the same, but only one species seems unable to stop asking what they mean. And perhaps that question tells us less about the universe and more about ourselves.